Okay, for this question 5, it covers calculus. Mainly the first principle, limits, as well as differentiation. So we're going to be focusing on this question. In the description box, I'll also leave links for other questions that I've answered for the supplementary paper 2024. Now, for 5.1, we are given a function f of x that is equal to 1 minus 1 over 3x. Calculate the derivative f prime of x using first principles. So this is first principle. Let me check. Okay, first principle, it's f prime of x equal to 1 minus 1 over 3. Wait, look, I'm writing the same equation as above. So it's lim h approaching 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So the first thing we'll have to work out is this, finding f of x plus h. Let's do that first. So it's going to be basically the above function, but where there's x, I'm going to replace it with x plus h. So it's 1 minus 1 over 3 in bracket, it's x plus h. We simplify, 1 minus 1 over 3x minus 1 over 3h. After simplifying, I don't see any like terms, so we stop here. Then we go back to this equation, f prime of x, this is equal to limit of h approaches 0, where there's f of x plus h, I substitute this goes here. Then let's substitute. I'm gonna have a 1 minus 1 over 3x minus 1 over 3h minus f of x. So for the f of x, what I'll do, I'll open up a bracket and say 1 minus 1 over 3x. The reason why I do this, it's because the negative value, I mean the negative sign, will affect all the values for the f function, divided by h equal to the limit of h approaches 0, 1 minus 1 over 3x minus 1 over 3h minus 1 plus 1 over 3x over h. This and this are like terms, but just opposite terms, and they are the same, so they're gonna cancel. This and this are both like terms, so they're gonna cancel. I'm now left with minus 1 over 3h only. Limit, I continue writing the limit symbol as h approaches 0 until I make the substitution. 1 over 3h over h. The h cancels the h. After the cancellation of the h, it's a sign that you need to start substituting your h value. After canceling the h values, it's now time to substitute the h. But in this case, there is no h to substitute the 0 into. So the final answer is going to be just the 1 over 3, the negative 1 over 3. So this is our final answer for, or the first derivative, the derivative for 1 minus 1 over 3x using first principle. 5.2, we have a limit question. We have to evaluate on that one. So we have the limit of x approaches 1, x cubed minus x over x cubed minus 1. Alright, so when you just substitute the 1 in directly into this expression as it is, you're gonna get a denominator of 0. So it's gonna make the whole expression to be undefined, right? So this calls for simplifying. So we're gonna simplify the expression. How do we simplify? We're gonna have to factorize in this case. X approaches 1, not 0. So here there's a common factor of x. We take it out. I'm left with a x squared minus 1 over x cubed. Okay, the x cubed minus 1, this is a difference of two cubes. How do we solve this? It's going to be an x minus 1, right? You take the third root of this, you get x. You take the third root of 1, you get 1. Then you're going to take the x and square it. You're going to have an x squared. You take minus 1. You take the 1 with the sign, and then you square, you should get a positive 1. Then what do we do from here to get the middle term? I mean, we take the x and multiply it by the minus 1. What is x times minus 1? It gives us a x. In fact, it should be x multiplying the 1. It actually gives us an x. But then the sign for the middle term, it's going to be the opposite of the sign inside the first bracket. So since I have a negative, I'm going to make it a positive. If it was a positive, I was going to make it a negative. Okay, we continue. We say limit x approaches 1. X, this can also be factorized. X minus 1 and then x plus 1. Divide x minus 1 and then an x squared plus x plus 1. This cancels out this. I'm left with limit of x approaches 1, x plus 1 over x squared plus x plus 1. Then when we substitute the 1 on there, we're going to have 1 plus 1 over 1 squared plus 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1, that's 2. 2 times 1, that's 2. 1 squared plus 1 plus 1, that's 3. So this is our final answer for 5.2. Evaluation of the limit gives us a 2 over 3. 5.3, using differentiation rules, differentiate the following and give the answers with positive exponents and insert form where applicable. Alright, where applicable. We have the 5.3.1 as dx 4 pi minus x pi plus 1 over 5x raised to exponent 4 equal to. Alright, so now what you should take note of is that we are actually differentiating with respect to x. How many terms do I have? I have 1, 2, then 3 terms, right? So for the first term, there is no x. There is no x. So this means it's a constant. This can be differentiated because we have an x with respect to x, and then this can also be differentiated. However, I cannot differentiate this term at this state. Why? Because the x is a denominator. I cannot differentiate while x is a denominator. So we simplify first for the third term. Lana, I have a 4 pi minus x raised to exponent pi. At this point, we are not differentiating. We are simplifying for the third term before we can differentiate everything. Plus 1 over 5x raised to exponent minus 4. So if x comes from the denominator, during the simplification process, the exponent becomes a minus. It becomes a negative. Now, this can be differentiated. This can be differentiated. The last one couldn't be differentiated because of the x being on the denominator. Now everything has been simplified for. This can also be differentiated now. So the derivative for a coefficient is always 0 minus the derivative for this. We are using the power rule in, for level 3. So it means that we take the exponent and multiply this coefficient. The pi times 1, it's pi. X, then we take away 1 from the exponent, minus 1. Leave it like this. And then we take this minus 4 and then we multiply the positive 1 over 5. This gives us a minus 4 over 5. X raised to exponent minus 4, take away 1. Minus 4 minus 1 gives us minus 5. This is the final answer. Now keep in mind, when we differentiate, we always subtract 1, right? That is why I have a minus 5 on this one. 5.3.2, we have y being equal to the square root of x minus 1 raised to exponent 2. So we cannot differentiate while there's this bracket. So we need to remove the brackets first. Yeah. So it's gonna be y equal to we're gonna open up, we'll have two brackets, minus 1 square root x minus 1. Then we'll have to multiply. Now this multiplies that, gives us an x. This times that gives us a minus square root x. This times this gives us a minus square root x. And then this multiplying that gives us a plus 1. Y equal to x. Then this gives us a 2 square root x plus 1. Okay. Now this multiplying this gives us a just an x, simply an x value, right? This is a Sard law, by the way. This is a Sard law. Don't be surprised as to how we got this x. It's a Sard law. Multiplying roots that are the same, you'll get whatever is under the square root. So for example, if you punch this on the calculator, you should get a 2. It's obeying the rule, the Sard rule that I was speaking about. Okay, but now I'm done simplifying. Term number 1 can be differentiated. Term number 2 cannot. Last term can be differentiated, but the middle term cannot because of the square root. So we need to simplify for the square root first before we can differentiate. X minus 2x raised to exponent half plus 1. Fractions. What do I mean by fractions? I mean that if x is at the denominator, square roots, third roots cannot be differentiated, including brackets. So these are things that you need to simplify for first before you can find a derivative, before you can get the derivative. I just remembered something. Actually, this answer is not completed. Let's fix it up. 0 is equal to 0 minus square root, pi, x pi minus 1 minus 4 over 5x raised to exponent 5, because in the question they asked us to leave answers with positive exponents. So hence I'm leaving my final answer with a positive exponent. So since the x is a negative exponent, I'm gonna take it and make it part of the denominator and make the exponent to be positive. Now continuing with the last question, we can now differentiate here, dy over dx. Let's not forget what we did with the above. We need to make sure that we simplify for negative exponents. So the derivative for this, there's exponent 1 timesing this coefficient 1. 1 times 1, that's 1. X 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. It's gonna give me a 0. Right? It's gonna give me a 0. So it's 1 times 1, 1. 1 subtract 1, it's 0. Minus the half times the minus 2, it's gonna give me a minus 1. X, a half minus 1, that's negative 1 over 2. the derivative of a coefficient is 0, so it's going to be a plus 0, equal to, then here I'm going to have 1, because anything raised to exponent 0 is 1, minus 1 over x exponent half plus 0. But the question also says leave insert form where applicable. So this is a case where this expression can be left in a sat form because the exponent is a fraction. 1 minus 1 over the square root of x plus 0. This is your final answer there. Now this concludes our question 5. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, let's talk. So I'm gonna leave it I'm gonna leave our discussion here. I'm gonna end our discussion here. In the description box, there's gonna be links for other questions that I've answered for this question paper. Peace.